There, this is Apostle Dwann. I just realized that I forgot to do a video that needs to be done, so here goes. I get lots of messages from prophets who are essentially prophetically frustrated at the current ministry or church that they attend. So then the questions that come up are, should I stay? Should I go? And then if I stay, will I really make it to my destiny? Because here's the deal. Most of the prophets who are emailing me about this frustrations are at ministries that don't necessarily release prophets on a regular basis. And many don't release prophets. That's just not something they do. They release elders, deacons, and some pastors and some evangelists, but not necessarily apostles, prophets, or the total fivefold ministry gifting. So again, there's room for frustration, and the question is, what do I do? But really, the answer is pretty simple, because you need to ask yourself, am I assigned to this ministry, or am I assigned to this particular leader? And if I am I willing to go through the process to stick to my assignment? However, if you're just there because you heard a great song one day, or one of your buddies goes there, or even your family grew up in the ministry, is that really what God is calling you to do in this season? If it's not, then the question or the answer is very simple. You need to find where God has assigned you to. This is a season where you've got to know without a shadow of a doubt where God has assigned you to, that location that's going to cause you to flourish. But you also need to know who you are assigned to as well, because kingdom partnerships, divine connections are the ones that will also cause you to flourish. You do not want to be a place where you're hated. As Dr. Mike Murdoch says, you want to be celebrated and not tolerated. And so if you're a place where you are simply tolerated, or where you have a love-hate relationship with your pastor, that is not a good place for you to be as a prophet. And it's definitely not a good place for you to be just as a regular person. Because see, when you're serving under leadership, you want to have good feelings, and you want to have confidence in the man or woman of God who you are serving. I always say, if your pastor is not one of your most favorite preachers, you probably don't need to be there. Seriously, you shouldn't have to stomach through what your pastor is teaching simply because you don't even know whether or not you're there. There should be a sense of belonging and a sense of celebration for you as a prophet, because one of the worst things that can happen is if you and your pastor have a love-hate relationship. That can turn into a nightmare real fast, cause you to cross over, walk into perversion, and next thing you know, you are a Lone Ranger prophet who's speaking and spewing out fleshly prophetics over the pulpit and everywhere else. You do not want that to happen. So the bottom line is, make sure right now that you know whether or not you're assigned to a location, assigned to a region, and assigned to a person in leadership. Because, you know, if you're assigned to me, then most likely you may be sent to the worship place, and it should be okay that you're sent there. However, if you're assigned to me and you're global, you may be sent to GICMP to serve there, because that's a virtual company of prophets that also operates not just virtually but offline as well. But for those who are sent to me from across the world, sometimes they have to serve at GICMP, and that should be a pleasure. It shouldn't be a burden. But again, prophets have to deal with this on a regular basis, and prophets have to make sure that you're willing to go through the process. You're willing to go through the process, and you have to realize also that there's an extreme way of life that prophets have to live. It's just extreme sometimes. You have extreme highs, extreme lows. Sometimes you're in depression. I mean, right after a great triumph, then next thing you know, there's a great tragedy. But are you willing to go through that thing, and can you go through it? If you want to know more about how to really effectively live in the extreme life of a prophet, go to my Facebook page and just click on the link that says free prophetic webinar, and you can download your free webinar for that one, or go to my website, globalpropheticinstitute.com, globalpropheticinstitute.com. Look to the right and you can sign up there. And then if you want to know more about witchcraft in the apostolic and prophetic church, you can always go to prophetdwann.com. There's a free webinar there for you as well. Okay, I think I answered everything. If you have any questions or you just want my feedback on a particular issue in the prophetic or the apostolic, feel free to just message me on Facebook. Go to Prophet Dwann Ministries and message me there. Or feel free to send me an email at prophetdwann@globalpropheticinstitute.com. Again, prophetdwann@globalpropheticinstitute.com. God bless you, and I look forward to chatting with you real soon.